Compressive disruption is particularly insidious. Why? Well, because it takes place over 2 or 3 decades. A typical management team lasts, let's say, 5 years, 7 years. And so actually, when you're in a management team in an established industry, and you look around at all the other management teams who are your peers in that industry, they're all suffering exactly the same symptoms at the same time. And so it feels normal. So we ask our clients to step back and say, if I'm in a sector which may be experiencing good revenue growth, but actually absolute profit dollar contribution has been flat, that is a sign that you're in the first phase of compressive disruption. So in other words, the companies still see growth, but they're finding it hard to translate that growth into growing profits. Subsequently, the phases can change, and you'll find that the profits have gone flat and perhaps declined, but the revenues also stall. That's obviously very bad news, because it means the growth phase is over for the particular set of services and products that industry is bringing. And then finally, the whole thing dives, and that's the end of an industry. So if you look, for example, at automotive today, the top 22 global auto manufacturers delivered something like $140, $150 billion of revenues in 2009. That grew to 2015 to $220, $230 billion. So good revenue growth. But the absolute dollar contribution in profit has hardly increased at all in that time period. That tells you there's something going on in the sector. And autonomous vehicles are not here yet, but there's something going on in the sector in terms of just the way society is changing with how it wants to use that set of products. And so the industry needs to be fundamentally rethought if it's to recapture the kind of growth profiles that its investors would expect.